Alright, you're listening to Famous First Times. This is a podcast about the early sex lives of celebrities. My name's Dom.
My name's Ian.
And we're going to be... Tell us what we're doing. What we're doing today.
Alright, what we're doing is I find mad stories from famous dickheads about them losing their virginity, and I bring them around yours.
Oh yeah, now I remember. And I read them out, and we just have a look at what they've got to say for themselves about when they did the first sex. And we decide if they're talking out their arse or not, I guess.
Yeah, they reckon it's true because it's in their autobiographies, but yeah, we don't know. We'll see.
We don't know yet. So who've we got?
Right, this episode we're looking at two smoothies, two crooners.
Ooh, smoothies.
Yeah.
Solo smoothies.
Solo singer smoothies.
Right, okay. Well, let's do it.
Alright. Neil Sedaka.
Neil Sedaka.
What do you think of Neil Sedaka?
He's your man with the Oh Carol.
Yeah, Oh Carol's one of his big early hits.
So I like rock and roll, but Neil Sedaka, he's like that wooden white boy rock and roll that came a bit too late after. It was like early 60s when rock and roll was a bit over, really. And he was still doo-wopping and just trailing behind a little bit, doing like soft lad white boy version of rock and roll.
Yeah, he's not cool, Neil Sedaka, is he? He's not a cool man.
No.
I don't think he ever was.
He's like that Perry Como, dweeby little mummy's boy.
Yeah, he's not a sexy man.
He's not sexual. He's not offensive looking, but he's just a bit doughy, isn't he? He's not fat. He's just like got a doughy face.
He's not got pop star looks.
No,
rock and roll looks. You know, he was seeing Carole King for a while. He was actually dating Carole King.
Is that what Old Carol's about?
Yeah, Old Carol's about that. And she recorded a response version called Oh Neil.
Is that a decent song?
Yeah, because it's Carole King doing it. It's quite good.
And it's the same melody and everything. Oh Neil,
yeah,
I'm but a fool.
Yeah, it's exactly the same. How do you think Neil lost his virginity?
At prom, probably. He drove his girlfriend home, been going out ages. Things got a little bit steamy.
Yes.
And he'd dish ran away with a spoon.
So yeah,
it's probably how we'll put it.
Neil Sedaka way. So childhood sweetheart, bog standard 50s, back of a car.
She got a little milkshake on her top and he had to rub it off, but she'd be like, oh, Neil. So he does a bit more wiping until he was wiping her all over.
Right, should we find out? Here we go. This is from Neil's autobiography, Laughter in the Rain, My Own Story. Now, this was released in 1982.
Rock stars are meant to be great lovers, and at last I had the chance to prove myself. In Curitiba, the next city on the tour, the hotel manager arranged a surprise for me. A young girl. As I entered the room, I saw her lying naked on the bed waiting for me. Her breasts were small, but they were well shaped with dark pert nipples. She was young and she had a sexy body which immediately aroused me. Do you speak English? I asked her, and she nodded her head, yes. Up to this time, I never had any sexual intercourse. At last I was about to lose my virginity, but I felt bothered by the circumstances. Losing my cherry to a strange hooker in Brazil felt so impersonal. I wanted to back out, but I didn't want to insult the hotel manager. He sat down on bed next to her, feeling embarrassed. I wasn't sure how to take the first step. What's your name? I asked. She reached out her hand and she rubbed my crotch. Letitia, she said. How long have you been doing this? I asked, stalling. All my life, she replied in broken English. Do you always enjoy it? I asked. It depends on the man. With that comment, I suddenly lost my erection. She put my hand on her breast, but nothing seemed to work. Just give me a minute, I said, trying to collect myself. I fled to the bathroom and I took off my clothes. Once in the bathroom, I locked the door and I tried to talk myself into it. At last I took off my clothes. Hurrying back to the bedroom, I quickly got under the sheets with her. I wanted to make talk with you since I first hear your voice on radio, she said. I grabbed awkwardly for her, hoping she would show me what to do. The room was fully lit. It was middle of afternoon. I felt no tenderness, no emotion. It was very cut and dried. After some clumsy foreplay, I managed to get an erection again. And I started to rub myself against the hairs between her legs. I tried entering her several times without success, and then I was in and it was all over in a total of 2 minutes. I went back to the bathroom feeling empty and disheartened. My first sexual experience was a turkey.
Yeah, like that's the big reveal at the end that it wasn't actually human.
It was actually foul. And that description, I started to rub myself against the hairs between her legs.
Yeah, that's very vivid, that. Like, is he not rubbing himself on a muff? Is it not? Why don't he call it like a fanny, or why specifically the hairs? He just wants you to know that she had hairs between her legs.
Yeah, he's stressing that point, isn't he?
He wants you to know that she could grow hairs. So it wasn't all bad, even though he does feel bad about it.
Doesn't really ring true, does it though? Why is he so keen for us to think that?
Yeah.
Why is he so keen to make that image? It's Neil Sedaka. He's a housewife's favourite. Housewives don't want to wear that.
They don't want to wear any of this.
Yeah, no one does. Neil.
My mum would probably pick this book up. She don't want to read that story.
Why do you think he wrote this? Why do you think he went into this much detail about a really horrible, grim situation? And he didn't cover himself in glory. He was an amazing lover. Why would he do this?
Why does anyone want to say? Is it just because he's run out of things to talk about in his biography?
I think he felt really guilty about it. I'm really ashamed and embarrassed.
It's cathartic for him.
Yeah, and I think he wants
getting
to just
off his chest.
Yeah, but not in your autobiography. He was married. He was married when he
probably does think this is a great story, though. It's like, I've had some rum times. But he's making out that he's ashamed of it, but he does kind of want you to think, oh, wow, what a wild lifestyle you've led.
Yeah, because the classic image of Neil Sedaka is some crooner and a really dull nerd man.
But he's put all the blame onto this hotel manager, so he doesn't have to,
he's vindicated.
Be like a naughty rock star. He's like, I just got pressured into this.
What's the line he says? I didn't want to disappoint the hotel manager.
Yeah.
Prime bullshit. You don't shag her because you don't want to upset someone that you'll never see again in your life.
But how old is he saying he was? Because he's saying he's already on tour here and he's never done this.
I think he was something like 20 odd. I think he was quite old.
Yeah.
I think he was fairly old.
So maybe he was a bit asexual and he weren't very good at it, kept losing his boner.
Yeah, I mean, putting that detail in as well. It's like, oh, man. That, no one needs to know that. He could have ended it with, shagged her, really a shame. But no, he went to the bathroom.
Yeah,
wanked himself off
yeah.
in the bathroom. Yeah, there's too much detail. It's baffling. I wonder what his wife thought when she read that. Well, heard that.
Can't say anything. It was before he met her, so can't feel jealous about someone before you've been.
That's Neil's there.
Like,
no, you're not allowed an opinion on this before you were around.
And it's a hotel manager.
Yeah, it's the hotel manager who did all of this. Bullshit scale?
I don't know, I can't tell.
I'm saying 0. It's just too horrible. It's bizarre that he's saying it, but it all smacks.
It seems far-fetched, but why would you tell that far-fetched story? So yeah, it probably is 0. It probably is right.
It's like a confessional.
Yeah.
It's a confessional story.
Maybe you're going to knock a point off for him pretending she had hair between her legs.
Do you not think she did? It did seem like he was making the point.
A little bit laboured, yeah.
Yeah. Is he woke?
Is he woke?
Just a nerd, isn't it? So now we've got Marvin Gaye.
Marvin Gaye.
What do you think of Marvin Gaye?
Marvin Gaye. Sexual healing. That's him, innit? When I get that feeling, I need sexual. I can't hold it much longer. It's getting stronger. Oh, it's disgusting. That fucking song.
Are you
Makes
a fan?
me feel fucking ill. He does. I'm sure he's got other songs that I like. I just focusing on that one because that is filthy fucking horrible song.
It's not filthy. It's kind of a nice romantic.
It is. It's
sexy.
about a guy who's like ready for jizz in his pants, innit? He can't hold it any longer. I'm hotting like an oven. I need some loving. Yeah, it's some guy who's like balls are like ready to pop. He's not getting ready for like a good time there. He's just gone spaff all over someone, innit? Under the boardwalk, is that him?
It's Otis Redding.
Alright, yeah. Same shit, innit?
So, how do you think he lost his virginity?
Oh, he fucking dozen girls around him, just loads of girls all at once, all proper loving it.
How old do you think he was?
About 15 maybe, old enough to build up a harem of love interests and hone his skills.
Right. So, first up, we've got how his sexual awakenings came about.
Alright.
This is from The Life of Marvin Gaye, Divided Soul, and it was written by David Ritz, who did a lot of interviews with Marvin Gaye over the years and produced this book. It's Marvin's direct words.
Around the ages of 12 and 13, I became fascinated with masturbation. Naturally, this was normal, though at the time, I didn't know that. I didn't compare notes with the other boys, but I have a feeling I was a much heavier masturbator than the average teenager. I tried to get myself to stop, but once I discovered how fantasy feeds feeling, I was gone. I knew it was wrong, and I promised God I would never touch myself again. The promises never lasted more than a day. I remember feeling the shivering release of my first orgasm, and understanding that in my life the pleasures of the devil were going to give the joys of God some mighty stiff competition. Wow.
First thing to know,
Yeah.
he ends on a pun.
Oh, stiff competition. Nice one, Marvin.
You can tell Marvin, he's got a lot of issues. Strict Christian upbringing.
Yeah, he's feeling a lot of pressure from God, but he never sticks to it, does he? Like, it lasts a day. So yeah, he knows that God and the devil are real. Because just imagine if you thought that when you wanked off, you was doing the devil's work. That'd be tough going.
Fuck you up, that, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I probably wouldn't do it. If I really thought that, I could probably stop. Like, I'd just only do it because it's fun.
I wouldn't do it every day. I think, fuck me, I'd give it a week.
Just
I can hang on a week till the devil's not in me.
Yeah,
Not possessed by the devil.
fantasy feeds feeling, yeah.
That's a great line.
Yeah.
Really biblical. Like, not,
It is, yeah. He's like writing the Old Testament Bible shit.
yeah.
Wow.
It's
yeah,
not. It's not a light-hearted read. Marvin Gaye's life. It's a dark book. Actually, it wasn't fun to read.
Yeah.
So his virginity story. I'll
Read
read
it
what David said, and then go over to you for Marvin. Marvin lost his virginity to a prostitute, and thus ignited an obsessive interest in what he'd like to call love for sale.
There was a crummy little cat house outside the base, for hookers for 2,000 men. I was shaking in my boots and scared shitless about being able to get it up. It didn't help that the girl was fat. She was also impatient. She wanted me in and out in a hurry. I tried to tell her that I was a cherry, but words failed me. I can't even remember whether I actually got hard. I know I tried to fight my way through her fatty flesh, but then my mind won't remember anymore. I felt betrayed. Sex was crude and frightening. Suddenly I could see a world of pure sex, where people turned off their minds and fed their lusts, no questions asked. The concept sickened me, but I also found it exciting.
So Marvin's not the legendary swordsman that you thought he would be.
He's very insecure, isn't he? But he don't even remember if he got it up in this one, so...
That's odd, isn't it? I mean, you know that, otherwise it didn't happen.
Yeah, he's just blocked it out because of all of its guilt, just a blur of shame to him.
Yeah. But he's not concerned about being polite about the woman, though, is he?
No, fighting his way through the fatty flesh.
No one's that fat. No one is that fat. We have to fight through the...
He's painting a bit of a picture there of, like, just this gigantic rhinoceros that he's, like, battling with. Yeah, that's not nice, is it?
It's not nice. And it's not true. There's no way that's true.
And all of these 2,000 men, they're all having these same prostitutes. They must just, like, be flat out, like, every day.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect Marvin Gaye to be scared shitless about being able to get it up. So
No, he's, like, paints himself as Mr. Loverman. And also, like, his song that we were talking about, he's got a raging boner and it's not going away.
The book's not an easy read. It's not like his standard autobiography where it's fun and stuff. It's got a lot of dark moments in. There's one point, so he's obviously touring late 70s, early 80s, and he said he gets really stressed out by the women wrestling over his sweat rags that he throws into the car.
Oh, yeah. Why does he throw them out then?
He's sweaty.
he could have a guy who takes them off him. Or just use the same one. Just ring it out.
Yeah, could
All right, go on. What were you saying?
Anyway, he said at one point, I don't know quite how he got to this, but he's on stage, he's playing a gig, and all these women are screaming at him, and he just drops his pants. Shows his knob off. It's not portrayed in some kind of sexy way, just that his head was fucked up.
He's just like, there's nothing else to do. They're sniffing my sweaty rags, so I'm just evil, so I might as well get my knob out. I've crossed the line. Everyone's being sexy. It's too much.
You want
might
sexy?
As well.
Here's the sexiest thing going with flaccid knob, sweaty flaccid knob on a stage.
And what did the crowd do?
He don't go into that, but I reckon they would have been really because this is early 80s, you don't get that. Chippendales weren't a thing in the early 80s or late 70s, were they? So to see a knob on stage would have been really shocking, I think.
Yeah, it was like Jim Morrison got arrested for the same thing about a decade before.
Yeah.
So yeah, probably just stunned silence. Him just stood there, and then what did he do? Just like, fucking knobbing it. You're sniffing me sweat. You can see me knob. Right, now, you've had it. Pull me pants back up.
I like to think he was quite embarrassed, but oh God, what have I done? Oh no.
Just pull pants back up and just, right, come on, let's get on with it.
Let's get sorry about that. I don't know what come over me. Here, get this. This is another revelation.
All right.
So the last line of Sexual Healing is, and I never knew this, and I've heard that song a million times,
Yeah.
and I bet you have as well. Please don't procrastinate. It's not good to masturbate.
That's not a line in that song.
It shocked me as well. Should we have a listen?
Yeah, let's listen to it. Just, yeah.
No way, there it is.
Fucking right on the fade out.
His record label didn't want that in. They were pissed off, but don't put that in. It's
Well, they left it in, but just like had it just coming in on the fade out. He must have been like insistent that was in. It's like, no, that's the message of this song. We've got to tell people that it's okay to shag, but it's not okay to beat your dirty meat. God hates that. Or else I'm out. There's no single.
That's not a pop single line.
Don't procrastinate. He's like, what rhymes with... I've got to tell people not to masturbate, but what rhymes with masturbate? Not garden gate. Coffee mate. No, that's not it. What is it? Procrastinate.
Ooh, it doesn't get sexier than that.
No, stick it in. It's just got to have somewhat rhyme with masturbate.
But it just shows how big into wanking he was. Stick that in his biggest hit.
Yeah.
But it's about sexual healing. It might be a sexy song. You don't sneak in a little line about having a wank.
It's not good to masturbate as well. That's because it's telling everyone that sexual healing is fine, so don't do it by yourself. You've got to have a lady there.
Goes back to his guilt, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Being a kid.
So he's realised that like masturbating is really bad. That's the devil's work. But shagging,
shag anyone, don't matter. God's into that.
God loves the shagger.
What are the opening lines to Sexual Healing?
Wake up, wake up, wake up. Just leaning over her bed, 3 o'clock in the morning. Get up, get up, get up. wake up, wake up, wake up. So, what? It's fucking 3 o'clock in the morning. I've got something burning. I can't hold it any longer. I'm hot like an oven.
So, how much bullshit's Marvin talking?
Fucking loads of bullshit.
You think?
Yeah.
I think he's quite candid about a few things. He's like, all the guilt. He's definitely not bigging himself up.
I think he knows how that first shag went, but he's just not telling us. And I don't think...
Well, he didn't have to fight his way through her fatty flesh.
Yeah, and I don't think there was 2,000 men all shagging these couple of prostitutes all day, every day.
He doesn't even know if he got hard. You do, Marvin. You know if he got hard.
You didn't get hard,
Yeah,
and it never happened, or else you'd remember. Get your shit together, Marvin.
Suddenly I could see a world of pure sex. He's like a fucking madman, isn't it?
The scales have fallen from my eyes.
Yeah. The concept sickened me, but I found it exciting. It's pure hardcore Christianity, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just fucked him up. So, is he woke?
Yeah, whatever.
It don't even apply to this, does it?
to-
Fuck no.
Alright, we're done now, so is there anything else we need to say?
Yeah, just the usual shit. I'll just use what we said last time. This was a Giveover production. You can email us at fft@giveover.co.uk or ring or leave a message on
07896493664. Yeah, just leave a message on there because we're not going to pick up, are we?
Yeah, fuck no.
So we're on Instagram at famous first time, just all one word.
You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter and YouTube, and it's Giveover, all one word on each one of those. Music and artwork by Dom.
Me.